Okay. So, the biggest question in most servers, like when you're playing an SMP, you've got a few power items. How do I explain it? So you got the mace. The mace is gonna be like where is it? I'm pretty sure it's here. No, it's not. Alright,
Beef Java mechanics into the server, like full
I'm
Java
gonna
PvP,
try
Java
and find
cobweb
this.
behavior, size shield.
Oasis, I'm sorry, you're being muted. Get to the mods, not the mechanics. Get to the mods, not the mechanics.
Overall, it just makes the gameplay smoother, more competitive, and a lot more fun for everyone involved.
Oh my
Next
god, I
up, we
just.
have Residence Lifesteal. Most of you have probably,
Uh,
if you die in any, you ever reach using 120, 10 hearts, you can't use questions, and
oh, that's actually that's a big thing.
10 hearts, you can't use.
So these three, pretty sure. Okay, no one's making that one. I'm pretty sure the end's gonna be half shut off. Um, I'm probably going to make one. Just because I want to have a spare heart, because I'm pretty sure these are hearts. You can craft hearts.
This is important because it prevents players from just farming or stacking hearts early on and becoming overpowered too quickly. It keeps progression down, but truly get stronger past a certain point. Is whoever crafts the mace first is the first person to obtain it on the server. Once that mace is in the world, the only way for anyone else to get it is by killing the player. That on is pretty simple, but it changes a lot. Whoever crafts the mace first is the first person to obtain it on the server. Once that mace is in the world, the only way for anyone else to get it is by killing the player who currently has it.
So here's the start of my main idea. So if you do get the mace, like, what are you gonna do? The first thing that comes to your mind, is it power or is it control? Like, is it trying to find safety or give it to the right person? It all comes down to the person. Like, when I asked Wyatt, he said he'd probably just use it as bait. Collider said he'd try and sell it on PayPal. Like, I'm 90% sure he was joking. No one's gonna buy it. Gojo, he had a good idea, but I wouldn't, probably wouldn't. He said he'd probably try and sell it for 15 hearts or something. So that is basically 1.5 people, or just a bunch of people giving up a bunch of hearts. So that, like, selling it to one team for 15 hearts, it could work, but yet again, all comes down to the person. I liked Wyatt's idea because using it as bait, everyone's gonna think, oh, it's right there. I could become the most powerful person, or I could die trying. You never know, because they could also be thinking, oh no, that's definitely a trap, but it's right there. There's just so many things you could do with the mace. He's still on definite, okay. There's so many things you could do with the mace, but the main thing is, what do you do once you actually have it? You have all that power. Your decision changes basically the entire server. If you choose to kill someone, then they lose a heart, and, well, you've just basically made yourself a public enemy because you're killing people, and someone's gonna want to stop you. Anyway, so here, the tier list, PvP tier list. We got Oasis. This little S plus by himself up there. Pretty sure he can wipe out anyone here. He's better than everyone here, so I'm not even gonna doubt that because, well, look at me, just kind of stuck in C at the moment. I'm not the best PvPer. I never have been. I've been trying. I used to be in a D tier, like down here, but this guy is Otto. I'm sorry, Otto, but yeah, I kind of went from there to there. I was in B tier, but then I went down to C because I stopped playing for like a few months. Anyway, back to the mace and power. If Oasis had the mace, everyone's gonna be scared, unless you're on his team. but I'd still probably be scared if you're on his team. Because, well, best player. You could even, like, it depends how you look at it. He's the best player, he's gonna have the most power. Hell, he could even just take the mace for himself. Like, let's say I had it, or Griffin had it. Like, even, let's say Kaiser had it. He's mid C tier. If Kaiser had the mace and Oasis came up to him and asked for it, and Kaiser said, no, it's mine. Like, Oasis is going to try and kill him for it. Or he's going to try and trade for it. It depends on the person. But let's say they did fight for it. Oasis would probably overpower him pretty quick. Because a lot more battle IQ. It also depends on the person. I'm not just... This is just a rough overview anyway. Another thing Six done is this, which I'm going to be going over in a future video in depth because, well, I've got my work cut out for me. That's going to be like at least an hour long video, maybe half hour. Depends how fast I skim through it or actually go in depth into it. But I'll go over six I don't know. Overall player identity. Strategist and competitor. So my gathering from that, he's more strategic, but he likes competition. Before he goes into a fight, he's going to be more like strategic about it. He's going to actually think before he does. So you're not just playing to survive, you're playing to shape the server. You naturally drift into leadership even when you don't fully try to. Which is a strategist, basically. You're a mix of a competitive PvPer, content-focused creator, which is what I'm going to try and be, and a quiet manipulator. Strategically or not maliciously. So, if Six does something in the server, like let's say he stole from someone and they never found out who it was, that's going to start controversy. That person may have a grudge against someone. They could think that they done it, and then that's just quiet manipulating. Like, straight up, that person's going to be, hang on, so I have a feeling this person stole it. They're not going to really think about it, depending if he's done it to the right person or not. It all comes down to what you do, really. Your decisions change the way the server runs, what happens, and just your actions have a lot more consequences than you think. Anyway, people don't just see you as a player, they see you as a part of the environment of the server itself. What is he, a tree? What's this? People just see you as a player, they see you as a part of the environment of the server. He's either an obstacle or he's just a tree. Hidden in plain sight. He's a quiet manipulator. Hidden in plain sight. It's got to be a tree. Anyway, playstyle. Calculated aggressive. Oh my god, I can't speak. Calculated aggression. Prefers smart fights over random fights, which is most people. And since this server's going to be mainly focused on lore, which Collider doesn't seem to want to happen, but honestly, when the server actually pops up, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to change their thoughts on stuff, so yeah. Prefers smart fights over random fights. That's another thing. You want to be more strategic about who you fight and possible outcomes. Like, if I were to fight... Where's tier lists? If I were to fight Griffin, I would probably make an enemy of his team and his allies. Those allies could spread rumors to other allies, and then those allies become my enemy. So, that entire group, just from me killing one person, I've just made like 20 enemies. One fight can change the entire way the server sees you. Anyway, gathers information before committing. That is what I'm also going to try and do, but that's a big one. You want to get all the information before you make the decision, because like, you could be, let's say you're just no one even knows you're there. You gather all the information, make a decision bam, you're on the board. Someone's gonna know who you are. Someone's gonna be like, oh, hang on, I know who that is. I'm gonna stay away from them. Or it's like, hey, that's a pretty chill person. I might try and ally with them. It depends what you do and how you execute it. Explores early to understand power balance, which is basically what I'm doing. And another reason I love this idea. Values positioning and timing more than raw choices. That is self-explanatory. You rarely fight without a reason. You don't play moment to moment. You play season-long chess. That ChatGPT, you gotta explain it a bit more. My comprehension is not good at 11 o'clock at night. How do I put this? He thinks ahead of the actions he makes. So, if, let's say you got 6 and he kills, let's say he kills Lossless. Lossless is gonna be in a team. Let's say he's in a duo and 6 is a solo. Just not saying it's actually happening, but let's say Lossless is in a duo with Nick Laurie. If that's how you say it. So let's say Lossless, Nick Laurie in a team. 6 kills Lossless. Nick Laurie is instantly, boom, I'm no longer friends with 6. He's an enemy. Lossless, he's an enemy. Lossless and Nick Laurie, they make an ally. Then let's say it's Vemex. Vemex joins. Vemex is now an enemy of 6 Ally. And the team that Vemex was in is his allies. They're also an enemy of 6 Ally. So that's just how I'm gathering it. There's a notification. It's always when I'm doing something. It's like when I'm at work. Oh yeah, come join me. I'm playing Among Us. I'm halfway through a video, what? I'm just gonna tell that. I can't type. Okay, back to this. So he thinks ahead of his decisions. His decisions have consequences. He thinks of those consequences and where they might lead. So those consequences could be good consequences, but then lead to bad consequences. It just depends how he plays it out. Strengths. Your strong game awareness, self-explanatory, leadership aura. That one, let's just pretend that's not there. Just leadership in general. 6 is a no-no. He's already got leadership. The aura, well, he kind of picked that up along the way. Like, can I show my... I'm not even sure if I can. I probably can. Oh well. Oh, back to this. Leadership. Back to this. Content, I'm just gonna skip that, because 6 has already shown he's the leader anyway, because he's the owner of HeartForge. Content instincts. He knows what moments matter for videos, fights, betrayals, arcs, and rivalries. It's self-explanatory. Adaptability, you can switch between PvPer, organizer, ally, or rival, depending on what benefits the bigger picture. Back to this. Anyway. Psychological pressure. You can players second guess decisions around you because they assume you're planning something. That's actually a big thing, because that affects other teams as well. And everyone's going to be thinking of a plan, but some may think of it faster, and then they think, hang on, he's probably got a plan, and then they just postpone their thing. Weaknesses, overthinking. That's a big one. I'm just going to say, let's say, who's going to make a bunch of traps? Let's say Formula, you're back into this. I'm sorry. Formula, Formula says to 6, hey, I'm making traps. Don't come over here. And he just goes to a completely different area and makes a trap. 6 is now skeptical of everywhere. Not just there. He's skeptical of that biome. The biome next to it. Like, within 100 block radius of that said area. He's going to be skeptical. Trust hesitation. You really give full trust, which can slow alliance momentum, which that one won't affect him as much because he's already in an alliance with some close friends, which it still, he might still be hesitant about it. It generally just, it depends. Even when you're being chill, others may treat you as a threat simply because you're the owner and the skilled player. Just that word there makes him a target. What game do you not play where you want to beat the owner? Like, you get so much joy in beating the owner of the game. Like, I beat you at your own game. Get good. Like, I've heard that so many times. It's just a natural curve of things. There'll be someone out there that just wants to kill him, just to say, hey, I beat the owner. Or, hey, I beat a skilled player. It yet again, all comes down to the person with power and how the thing turns out. Because everyone could be on his side, or everyone could be against him just because of that. Expectation, wait. What do they want now? People expect you to always be composed or strategic, which can limit spontaneous gameplay. That just comes naturally. Like, that shouldn't even be there. Collider, can... Okay. So, Collider, I'm just gonna diss him right now. Be warned. Everyone does not like him. He's the biggest yapper. just from quite literally being in this server right here for like a week, he made himself a big yapper. From like, I'm pretty sure half these people here have called him a yapper and he needs to be quiet. Rise, maybe. I don't want to call him out because he'll probably watch this. I want him to be angry at me, not anyone else. So I won't call anyone out, but apart from Formula. Formula's definitely said it. Which is there's a big rivalry between them. Collider just wants to deathban Formula. For, like, no reason. He just wants to kill him. Who the hell? Ansel. What are we doing? What? Okay. There's still things. There's a lot of things that'll come to light when the server actually opens, which is... Boom! Sunday, May 10th. My time, which is Sunday at midnight. Like, not midnight. It's like basically 1 a.m. in the morning, but I'm not waking up at 1 a.m. just to play Minecraft, because I actually like sleeping. But when you have coffee by accident, just the time kind of gets away. Anyway, back to this. Social strategy. Prefers alliances over hard teams. Builds relationships through conversation rather than dependency. Conversation can always have lies. This is a massive weakness. That's why it's under weaknesses. Dependency, I'd rather depend on the person, be able to depend on them, that they have my back, because they'll probably depend on me. And avoiding unnecessary drama can be a weakness, which it's not actually under weakness, it's under social strategy, but this one here should be a weakness. Separates server conflict from real friendships. That's a good one. You don't want chaos, you want meaningful conflict, which is what I want, but again, Formula, I'm sorry, but Collider wants you dead. Like, I can't save you. I don't... Where even is Collider on here? Formula's there, Collider's there. He's like, Collider's better than me. I'm gonna be like 300 ping. So that just makes me an instant E player or a D player. But since I have a business, I'm not focusing too much on PvP at all. Avoid unwinnable fights. Take fights that advance narrative or advantage. Prioritize survival and positioning over ego fights. Alright, okay. I'm so happy that this is in 6's thing. Collider, Formula, that fight is like perfectly described. It's just, at this point, it's whoever has the bigger ego. Like, he's still deafened. My god. Okay. Your wins usually feel intentional rather than lucky. Threat level high, but not obvious. I'm pretty sure we can just delete that. High, but obvious. Because 6 is a good PvPer. He's let us know that pretty much every single event he's hosted. Top PvP is fear mechanical skill. Players fear you because you influence direction. Removing you from the server wouldn't just remove a player, it would change the storyline. Likely storyline role, main character. He's the owner. Of course he's going to be the main character. Possible, respects leader, respected leader turned target. Strategist forced into open war. Meditator who eventually has to pick a side. That's going to be me. I can basically I'm calling it. I'm just gonna be a little like business owner who has a public shop for everyone, and I'm gonna have to choose a theme basically. Late season final boss energy without trying to be one. That's just because, well, he's kinda up there. He's top 10 in PvP basically. Don't assume you're harmless, don't assume you're plotting evil either. Early alliance, safest move. Letting you gather momentum unchecked becomes dangerous late season. I'm going to be keeping check on everyone, because I'm going to be gearing them up. Simple summary. I'm6LR is a player who doesn't try to control people, but ends up controlling the pace of the server anyway. We got lots to go through. We got Ghost. I'll skim over this in the next video, but it'll mainly be Ghost there first. Like, it'll be that one there. Half your strengths, half your F tier PvP mechanics. What did they do to you? Oh my god. Loses most fair fights. That sucks. Jeez. ChatGPT done him bad. Avoids 1v1s at all costs. That's my definition. His combat style is actually avoidance and cleanup, not fighting. Low solo, moderate in structured teams. Not a PvP threat at all. In duo, lossless especially. Damn. Okay. Damn. That's just calling Jonesy out. Jeez. Become a protected child. Okay. Well, your real lighty. I like Lexo's skin. If you haven't seen Lexo's skin, it's right. That is a nice skin. If you don't like that, there's something wrong with you. Like, his YouTube channel is quite literally that, but realistic, and it's drawn. It's sick. There's a lot to go over. Wofu. I want to go over Wyatt's, because Wyatt will be interesting. There'll be a lot to do. Anyway, I think we've come to a point where we can do... I'm going to be redoing this. So, I'm doing a tier list. It's going to be pretty basic, but I didn't actually get any of this ready, so just gonna quickly do that. There's way too much to go over with the power, and this is just gonna be my thoughts on who to stay away from. So the green will be safe, the red will be dangerous. And then the higher you get to the red, the more dangerous they are. The closer you get to the green, the more safe I'd feel around them if they had the power. This will take a while. Like, anyone I don't know personally, I'm going to try and stay away from, because I wouldn't, like, know too much about them. There's probably a faster way to do this. I'm trying to think. 5 years later. Sorbu. Hello, Sorbu. I had to even go through the names with 6 before, because I forgot everyone's names, which was kind of sad. I named him Squishy Boy. I'm sorry, little goof. I think it's Squiddy Boy, not Squishy Boy. You got Vamex. You got Wisp. I think Wisp changed his skin, 6 said, so that this is like older skin, it'll have to be changed. 6 was meant to send me his skin, but he never did. Anyway, we've got the thing. So I'm just gonna say 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Like danger level 5, threat level 1. So adaptation, I know him. He's gonna be probably around a solid 3, and I'm gonna be doing the same way as 6. So the closer they are to the number, the more dangerous. Like the higher on the scale. In 3, the lower they are to the settings, it'll be less and closer to 2. So agent, I'm putting a 4. I don't trust him too much with power, because like any SMP I've been on with like in a server with him in general, if you're on his team, he can kill you. Like I'm not gonna say starts arguments, but if there's a little like miscommunication, there's instantly a mini argument or a little fight, and then he hits you, and then you hit him back, and then it just becomes a brawl until you pop, and then he keeps going after the pop. There's no totems allowed in this. I don't trust him at all. So he could just, let's say he had the mace. He has the power to just wind burst up, mace you, you're dead. Like, he could even do it as a joke and just kill you. It's like, oh, there goes one of your hearts. I'm sorry. Like, and since hearts are going to be a fluctuating thing, let's say you're just on 6 hearts because you've died 4 times, or you had to trade a heart, or like give 2 hearts, so then they leave you alone, which is kind of dumb, because I'd rather die, lose 1 heart, end my gear, instead of losing 2 hearts and keep my gear, because that gear you can get back, unless they're like at your spawn point. Then that's banned. You can't spawn kill. But agent, I don't trust. I wouldn't put him 5, because 5 is like, I would not want to be anywhere near him. 4, because I do trust him a little bit. He's a good teammate, but if he had the mace, I'd be more worried he's gonna wind burst up and just mace me randomly. Adaptation, he's pretty chill. I'd probably put him around here if I get a lot more people, so he'll be lower on the scale. I think this is this is Aiden. Aiden, I'd feel pretty good with Aiden. I need to remember who this is. My bad. And okay, so I don't know who he is, so that just instantly makes him a 3. I'm more neutral with him, so I'm gonna maybe put him, if it allows me, there. More neutral. I haven't seen him play. I haven't like witnessed what his decisions are in game. Same with Cobalt, but I'd be pretty chill because he's lower on the PvP scale than me. So just yeah, again, Collider. He's on a death arc. He's just gonna be, I want you dead. Get out of here. Death band. Like, the fish stick. The fish. He is, I think, I have to double check this and go back to tier list. He's an A PvPer. He's better than 6. He's top 5 in PvP. That makes it a little worrying, but from what I've heard, he's pretty chill. So it kind of depends, really. I'd probably put him at 4 just because I don't know him. I haven't seen him, but like later on through the server and outcomes, he'd probably be down at a 2 because he seems pretty chill. But I'm gonna keep him as a 4 just for now. Collider's staying as 5. Formula, I trust Formula, but I trust him more than Cobalt. So yeah, I'll put him above him. Yeah, again, Cobalt, I don't know who he is too much. I've only like been in a call with him once, and then I left because I had to go. But yeah, there's a lot that'll happen in the server, so all this will probably change. This one, who's this again? FYS. He's a B. He's below 6. FYS, I haven't seen him, actually, I think I've versed him once. I have a feeling he'd make some pretty good decisions with the mace, so I'd probably put him in between. Just because I don't know how he thinks. Or plays. So, FYS, I've heard that he's around the same skill level as 6. So, I'm gonna keep him above adaptation. But, yeah. Hang on. Who's that? Am I blind? I have a feeling I'm blind. Ghost. It's Ghost. Okay, so from reading that before, he'd probably trade the mace off, so I'd feel pretty safe around him if he had the mace. But it depends. Aiden, I don't think is going to be in the server for too long. I think he's going to ditch, but join in once or twice. Reed, he's just straight up chill. I trust him completely. Like, if he had the mace, he'd try and sell it for hearts. I asked him it before I started the video. He was like, yeah, I'd probably try and trade it for 15 hearts. Which I went over earlier, which he'd have to trade it to a team, and then they'd have to argue about who gets it. Which is still a bit sketchy, because they could just kill you for the hearts back, because you just gave them a mace. But in the end, it comes down to decision making. Just give me a second. It's almost midnight. I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Griffin, I'm probably gonna put him in 3, just because he's chill, but he's not high enough to be a 4, and I wouldn't put him in a 2. Like, if he's a 4, I'd put him up here. If he's a 2, I'd put him there, but I have a feeling I'm going to put some more people here. Kaiser, you're basically a 1, but you're chill. He's actually, yeah, I'm going to keep him there. It's a good spot. I haven't seen him play, but I like his skin. I might actually put him above. I haven't seen how he plays, so it all comes down to, like, throughout the server, this will probably change. This is just my current perspective of it. Lossless. Now, I don't want to say it, but he can get an ego when he's in PvP. I might put him above Formula, but he's not high enough to be a 3. So, I'd feel pretty safe around him if he had the mace. Just because his decision makings are actually pretty good, but it again all comes down to situation and what currently is happening in the server. Now, there's a reason why I added myself. If I took a step back and looked at myself, I don't want the mace. Personally, I don't want the mace. Like, it's an item of power, yes, but I don't like PvPing. I don't want to be the person who decides the fate of who lives or dies. I mean, if you got on my bad side, I'd probably want to kill you just once, or just like at least hit you with a mace once, but I wouldn't want to kill you, because that's taking someone's life, losing a heart. That makes a huge difference. I'd probably put myself at a 2, because I wouldn't even trust what I'd make my own decisions. Yet again, I put myself above. Actually, yeah, in between, in the middle. My decision making could be better, but yeah. Now, who are these two? We got Naro and Nikolai. I'm not even sure. Naro, yeah. Just shortened it down. They're good PvPers. They're both staying together. I haven't seen them PvP. I've seen Nikolai PvP. I stood my ground for like 15 seconds and ran because I was low. And that was in a box sieve. His decision makings are pretty good, but yet again, wouldn't fully trust him, so he's gonna be just above 3 but below 4. Here's a tough one. Oasis. He could be here or he could be here. If you're on his good side, down here. If you're on his bad side, probably up here, because he's gonna want to kill you. Being the best PvPer, there's too much. Personally, from what I've seen, he's just he wants blood. He wants to kill. So I'll probably keep him at 5. But his decision making is pretty good, so yeah, I'm putting it at the top. He's the best PvPer, so it's a tough decision, really. Again, this will all change, so he could be down in 3, but Otto, I don't feel safe. just look at the face. That's the face I make when I see him. Like, if he had the mace, if I saw him, I was like, how did he get the mace? What is he thinking? I don't know how he thinks. What is he going to do with the mace? What would he do with the mace? Yeah, again, all comes down to the person. Radiant. That's his name. Yup, Radiant. He seems pretty chill, so I'll probably put him next to me. Zippers. He's on my team. Personally, I trust him. But if you get on his bad side, he could be like up here or up there. So I might put him high 3. It's more neutral ground. You know, I'm just gonna quickly edit this. I'm pretty sure I spelled that right. So you get safe, neutral, dangerous, and in-betweens. Six. Now, he's a story player. He cares more about lore. He'd make some good decisions. I'd feel pretty safe with his decisions unless I'm on the enemy team. Then I'd definitely put him up here. But I've always been chill with him, so I'm probably gonna put him as a 2. I'm more neutral with him, but let's say he did have the mace. Someone would probably try and kill him. I wouldn't be on his team, but I don't want to be on his team. Because if I'm on his team, then I'm enemies with that person. My thought is try to be neutral with everyone or chill with everyone, so you're actually on their team and or allied with them. So I'll keep 6 as a 2, basically a 3, but it all changes throughout the SMP and season as it goes on. Slick, don't know who he is. I'm probably going to put him as a 4. In high 3, but Sorbu, that it all depends really, because I haven't seen Sorbu fight. I think I've seen like one of his videos, and I only watched like halfway through the intro, because I didn't realize how long I was into my lunch break. But I haven't seen him fight properly. I haven't seen how he makes decisions, but he has a YouTube channel, so put him in neutral. Yeah, that seems right. It seems right to me anyway. Hell, I'd feel safe around him. Definitely feel safe around him. He's you can't judge me. I watched his intro to HeartForge. His decision making, he died to a fist in a sword PvP. 1-on-1 with 6-hour. From 10 hearts. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't want to diss him too hard, but like, he was trying his best, so I'll give him that. His decision making, he didn't really do too much. He was just sitting there, walking into hits while trying to hit 6. I'd probably... I mean, it's a mace. It's pretty easy to mace someone. It's when burst up, so probably put him there. You're going right next to Radiant, because you two are basically... they're best buds. They're pretty much... they're basically the exact same thought process from what I've gathered. You're going... there. Tristendo seems chill, but I wouldn't want to be near him if he had the mace, because he has his own, and like everyone's got their own thoughts and their own main goal with the mace. If they had power, they'd do something with it. But I've never gotten actually to know too much about what he wants, so I'm gonna steer clear of him. Anyone in 4 and up, I'm gonna try and steer clear of, unless they're on my team. Which I'm pretty sure this one here is, but honestly, it's just, with Agent, it's different. I don't like being on a team with him just because of that fact that he could kill you. As a joke, but he could kill you. But I see him more as a PvP player than a lore and story player, which most of these people here are story players, but most of them are also PvP players. Vamex. That's pretty sure he's chill with Collider. And since they're on the same team, I'm neutral with Vamex. I don't know him too much, so. But since I think he's on the same team with Collider, I'm gonna steer clear of him. Wisp, I've liked Wisp, but I wouldn't say he's the chillest. But I wouldn't also say he's that bad. So he's in 2. He's pretty safe to be around if he had the power. Warfu, I'm putting him next to 6 just because Warfu isn't the best PvPer. No one's the best PvPer. You can't really get mad at someone for being bad at something because they don't care too much about it. But PvP is a big factor, but it's not all about this. It's mainly about decision making, because your decision changes a story. That story can affect a lot of things. Or if you're a well-rounded player, I like his decisions. He's basically the exact same with 6, but they also have their own motto. and their own decisions that they want to happen. So I'm happy with my placement with them. Who do I have now? Wyatt. I trust Wyatt. He's one of the side characters. He's gonna be like me. Sits from the sidelines, observes, then makes a decision. That's what 6 is gonna do as well. But everyone's gonna be watching 6, so it'll be a bit harder for 6. Zenny, there's a bit of controversy around with him, so I'm gonna put him up in 4. Also, Collider's been reported for using reach hacks and something. There's a bit of controversy about that, which I don't know why, but that one. Who's that? Oh no, that's Zippers. That was Rise. Hang on. Why do I think Rise was Zippers? What was wrong with me? Rise is definitely. I'm chill with Zippers. Zippers is there. I can't believe I got that mixed up. I'm disappointed in myself for that. Rise, I'm chill with. Zippers, I'm chill with, but I wouldn't want too much getting away. So, his decision. He also has his own goal. I'm pretty sure he wanted to deathban formula at the beginning, but he, from what I heard from his point of view's changed. I might even. Is there anyone else here that I think... The more I think about it, the more I, like... If they had the power to kill someone one tap, would you do it? Yes, definitely. He'd do it as a joke. And for fun. He'd do it as a joke. Wouldn't know, don't know. Only if they entice him to or encourage him to. Or give him a reason. Wouldn't know, don't know. Pretty sure only if they gave him a reason to, or if it best suited him. Wouldn't know, only if it was right for the story. Only if it helped him in any way. Same with that. Probably same. I don't want to kill anyone, because it's an SMP. It's a lifesteal SMP. You die, you lose a heart. I don't want to affect anyone's... Like, we're here to have fun as well. I trust them. Basically, I'm happy with how this tier list has gone. So, this is the final. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. And honestly, if there's one thing I'd change, it's definitely going to be 6. He's going to be a wild card throughout this season. And there'll be a lot of changes happening. He'll be one of the main things that changes. He's going to choose the best outcome for the story. I think to add on from that is probably Formula's gonna get a reality check. Everyone's gonna get a reality check, really, because once the server actually opens, you don't get kits. It's survival. How good are you at survival? Or, like, have you played survival? Have you played Skygens? Skygens are not survival, they're kits. They give you a starter kit. There's no starter kit. There's a spawn. I'm making a business that helps new players, but I'm not sure how successful it's going to be or how popular. It's going to have a little area where it's basically a forge. Crafting tables in the middle, smelters on one side, and maybe a few smithy tables. and some other crafting tables, like a cartography table and that. I'm going to end it here. It is basically midnight, and I need to get sleep. But yeah, that is the tier list for people in power. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one where